Yes friends, now we are solving the numericals on the linear motion. We have seen whenever you are solving the problem, first you need to see what are the data given to you, to what category that motion belongs, whether the motion is of the uniform velocity, means we need to apply the equations related to the uniform velocity, that is v is equal to u constant, a is equal to 0, distance travelled s is equal to u into t. If it is moving with a constant acceleration, then you are having the equations of motion as yes, v is equal to u plus at, s is equal to ut plus half at square, v square minus u square is equal to 2as. First, yes, we shall go for a problem. A car is moving with a velocity of 15 meter per second. The car is brought to rest by applying the brakes in 5 seconds. After application of the brake, the car comes to rest in 5 seconds. Determine, first one is the retardation and second one is the distance travelled by the car after applying the brake. Just see, first he says that the car is moving with a velocity of at t is equal to 0, the car's velocity is 15 meter per second. When he applies the brake, that time the velocity of the car will go on reducing. Means the car is rate of change of velocity will become the negative. That is why the retardation comes into picture. When retardation or acceleration comes, what type of equations we need to use? Yes, v is equal to u plus at, s is equal to ut plus half at square, v square minus u square is equal to 2as. In this case, the retardation, in the sense a comes to be negative. You take the a positive and solve the equations afterwards, automatically you will get it as negative if it happens to be the retardation. So, given is initial velocity of the car is equal to 15 meter per second and final velocity, it comes to rest, means the final velocity is 0. The time taken t for this particular process is equal to 5 seconds. So v is given to you, u is given to you, t is given to you. He is asking you to get the a. Use this equation, v is equal to u plus at. Therefore 0 equal to 15 plus a into 5. Simply call it as the acceleration. Calculate it. You are getting the negative value. You are getting a is equal to minus 3 meter per second square. This negative indicates, the negative value of the acceleration indicates it is a retardation. Negative value of acceleration indicates it is the retardation. Are you getting it? So, next equation is, he has asked you to get the distance travelled by the car after applying the brakes. Distance travelled, he has given initial velocity, he has given final velocity, we know the acceleration. So the equation connecting the initial final velocity and the acceleration is v square minus u square is equal to 2as. Yes, v is 0, u is 15 and a is retardation. Value of a becomes minus 3. Already we know it. Hence we can get the distance travelled as s is equal to 37.5 meter. So even you can get the same answer by using s. T is known to you, u is known to you, a is known to you. Even you can use this equation, s is equal to ut plus half at square. Even you can use this equation to calculate the distance because t is known to you. Yes, u is equal to how much? Yes, u is equal to 15 into t is equal to yes 5 seconds plus half a, already we know, is equal to minus 3 into t is 5 seconds square. Even if you solve it, you will get the same answer, 37.5. Yes, meter. That is what. First you need to, after reading the problem, you need to see to which category this particular problem comes. Whether it is of the uniform velocity, uniform acceleration, or varying acceleration, and corresponding equations you need to make use of. Yes, we shall go for the one more problem. Here is the problem. An automobile accelerates from velocity of 24 km per hour to a velocity of 72 km per hour in a distance of 160 meter. Compute the acceleration and the time required. An automobile accelerates from velocity of 24 km per hour to a velocity of 72 km per hour in a distance of 160 meter. Here he says accelerates, means the type of the motion is of uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration. It's all right. Its initial velocity has given, he has given the final velocity, and he has given the distance traveled. He is asking you to calculate the acceleration. So, what are the parameters? Initial velocity 24 km per hour. Usually you need to convert all the motion parameters in meter and second. It's all right. Initial velocity is 24 km per hour. 24 kilometer, you remove it, 24 into 1000. 24 into 1000. Hour is 60 by 60. Finally, you will get it as 6.66 meter per second. And final velocity is 72. Similarly, you will get it as, if you convert it in the meter per second, it will be 20 meter per second. The distance travelled, S, is equal to 160 meter. The required is the acceleration, as it is of uniform acceleration. You can use the equation v square minus u square is equal to 2as. V is 20, u is 6.66, 2a is a I want to calculate, and s is the distance travelled. Is it all right? Therefore, here you can see the speed is increasing, initial to final. Therefore, finally you are getting a as positive, which indicates the acceleration is positive. A is positive, acceleration is positive. Now he is asking the time of journey. How much time it took to change the velocity from this to this, or to move this particular distance. You can use any of the equation, like initial velocity is known, final velocity is known, acceleration is known. You can calculate v is equal to u plus at. V is equal to u plus at. It's all right. As the distance travelled is also known, if you want, you can go for s is equal to ut plus half at square. That becomes the quadratic equation. Better you get the time taken by using this equation. V is equal to u plus at. V is 20 is equal to 6.66 plus 11.11 into t. Therefore, t will become equal to 12 seconds. Therefore, the time required for the journey is 12 seconds. Yes, means what you need to do, you read the problem carefully, you need to go for which category that problem belongs, and corresponding kinematic equations you need to use to solve the problem. Shall go for one more problem. A car travels along a straight line between the 2 points at a mean speed of 60 meters per second. It then returns over the same path at a mean speed of 40 meters per second. What is the mean period? for the entire travel, not mean period, it should be mean speed. Yes, what he has given here is a distance. Car travels between the two stations. Let the distance between the two stations be S. When it goes from A to B, it is moved with a speed is equal to 60 meter per second. And when it moves from B to A, it moves with a speed is equal to 40 meter per second. He is asking the average speed of this total journey. Average speed is equal to, yes, what is the total distance travelled divided by the time of journey. Therefore, I need to calculate what is the journey time from A to B. I need to calculate what is the journey time from B to A. Then the total journey time, the total distance travelled divided by the journey time will give you the average speed. Are you getting it? So it is moving. First I need to calculate what is the time taken for the journey from A to B. That is, I am calling it as the T1. So total distance between A to B is S. Distance divided by the speed will give me what is the time taken for A to B. Then I need to go for journey time from B to A. That is how I can calculate it. Again, he is coming for the same distance S divided by the speed will give you the T2. T1, the journey from A to B, journey time from A to B, that is equal to distance between AB divided by speed from A to B. Speed when it moves from A to B. Yes, let the distance between A and B is S, and the speed from A to B has given it as the 60. Therefore, T1 will become S divided by 60. Now T2, the journey time from B to A. What type of motion it is? He is saying is moving with uniform velocity. Uniform velocity means the distance travelled is equal to velocity multiplied by the time, or time taken is equal to velocity speed divided distance travelled divided by the velocity or the speed. S is equal to S, T2 is equal to S divided by speed from A to, it is B to C. B to A. Therefore, the distance is S and the speed is 40. This is T1, this is T2. Add these two equations to get the total journey time. Total journey time is equal to T1 plus T2. T1 plus T2. That is equal to S divided by 60 plus S by 40. So, I will get an equation for the total journey time as T1 plus T2 is equal to S into 100 divided by, you just substitute here. S is equal to, yes, if you simplify it, you are going to get T1 plus T2 is equal to S into 100 divided by 2400. LCM is 2400. Here it comes 40 and here it is 60. If you add total, you will get 40. 100. 100 divided by 2400 is T1 plus T2. Next, what I am doing is the total distance travelled is equal to, of this whole journey, what is the total distance travelled? Average speed average speed from one point to other point, when he is asking it, how do I need to calculate it? What is the distance travelled divided by what is the time taken? So the total distance travelled is equal to S from A to B is S, and from B to A is S is equal to S plus S is equal to 2S. Now, the average speed is equal to total distance divided by total time taken. Total distance is 2S and total time taken is T1 plus T2. T1 plus T2 I have already calculated here. Substitute the value of T1 plus T2 from equation 1 in equation 2. So what you are going to get? Substituting the value of T1 plus T2 from equation 1 in equation 2, I will get the average speed is equal to, yes, 48 meter per second. That is 2s divided by t1 plus t2 is nothing but s plus 100 divided by 2400. Therefore, the average speed is equal to 48 meter per second. Yes, you got it or not? So, what is the concept here? The total distance travelled divided by the total time taken. If it is moving with the uniform velocity or uniform speed, that is nothing but the average speed. Now, this is one of the questions from the VTU. A motorist is traveling at 80 km per hour when he observes a traffic light 200 meters ahead of him turns red. The traffic light is timed to stay red for 10 seconds. Means a motorist is going on the road and he observes that the signal turns red when he was at a distance of 200 meters. And what he wants to plan is, without stopping his vehicle, he wants to reach the signal and cross the signal. Is it all right? That signal will be there for 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, it turns to be green. So he observes that signal when he is at a distance of 200 meters. All right. And the signal turns green after 10 seconds. From here he observes the signal and he observes that it turns green after 10 seconds. He wants to reach this in such a fashion that he will reach this particular point exactly at 10 seconds, so that without applying the brake or without stopping his vehicle, he can continue the journey. It's all right. The traffic light is timed to stay red for 10 seconds. If the motorist wishes to pass the light without stopping as it turns green, determine the required uniform acceleration of the motor and the velocity when it crosses the signal. It's all right. This is from one of the VTU question paper. Yes, he has given, we shall start with, take t as equal to 0. Our motion analysis will start with t equal to 0 when he observes the signal. When he observes the signal, his speed is 80 km per hour. If he moves with the same speed, then he could have reached the signal 10 seconds, before 10 seconds, so that he has to stop his vehicle. That he don't want. That is why what he does, he applies the brake. When he applies the brakes, means the acceleration is coming into picture. Therefore, this problem comes under the category of the uniform acceleration. Is it all right? He has given the initial velocity as 80 km per hour. Initial velocity is equal to 80 km, means you are converting it into the meter per second, 22.22 meter per second. The motorist needs to travel 200 meter in time 10 seconds. So that means he has given the distance to be traveled as 200 meter and he has to reach the signal. Yes, after 10 seconds. He is asking you what is the acceleration. Actually here is not the acceleration, it is the retardation as he is applying the brake. Therefore, S is known to you, U is known to you, T is known to you. He is asking the A. As it is also the uniform acceleration, we need to use the equation connected with the uniform acceleration. That equation is nothing but S is equal to ut plus half at square. S is equal to ut plus half at square. Substitute the values. S is 200, U is 22.2, T is 10 second plus half a into 10 square, that is t square. So when you solve it, you are going to get the acceleration as a negative. What is the meaning of that one? He has to apply the brake so that in time he will reach the signal. The other meaning of that one is, without applying the brake, if he goes, means he has to stop the vehicle here. Even the problem may be of opposite way. Say he has to increase his velocity so that he will reach the signal before it turns out to be red or something like that. It's all right. The velocity while crossing the signal. Here what? We know how much time it took to travel from the t equal to 0 to the signal. 10 seconds. Initial velocity is known, time is known to us, acceleration is known to me, hence I can get what may be the velocity when he reaches the signal. What may be the velocity when he reaches the signal. That is, v is given to you, v final velocity is equal to initial velocity plus v is equal to u plus at. V is, we know, initial velocity, that is 80 km per hour, that is nothing but 22.22 meter per second, plus acceleration is negative here, minus 0.444 into time taken is 10 seconds. Therefore, v is equal to 17.78 meter per second. Yes, we shall go for the next problem. A particle under constant deceleration is moving in a straight line. If it covers a distance of 20 meter in the first 2 seconds and 40 meter in the next 5 seconds, calculate the distance it covers before it comes to rest. Yes. What is this? Is a particle with t equal to 0, constant deceleration. It is moving with constant deceleration. Deceleration is coming in the sense it is of uniform acceleration or the deceleration. Equations of the motions are v is equal to u plus at, s is equal to ut plus half at square, v square minus u square is equal to 2as. Is it all right? It is moving with some velocity initial that he has not given. Is it all right? And he has given us that in the first, it covers a distance of 20 meters in the first 2 seconds. From 0 to 2 seconds, it covers a distance is equal to s is equal to 20 meter. Yes, what he has given? Distance covered in 2 seconds is s is equal to 20 meter, t is 2 seconds. And next he has given as and 40 meters in the next 5 seconds. Next 5 he is using. Next 5 means from 2 seconds, after 2 seconds to the 7 seconds. Means 5 seconds. So 40 meter. It takes 40 meter. Yeah. Yes, it covers a distance of 40 meters in the next 5 seconds. So next 5 seconds, the distance covered by him is the 40 meter. Therefore, let u and a be the acceleration or the deceleration of the body and u be the initial velocity of the body. We know s is equal to first condition, s is equal to ut plus half at square. S is 20 meter, u is unknown to us, t is 2 seconds. Plus half a into t square. So you will get one equation connecting u and a. As body covers 40 meter in next 5 seconds, the total distance traveled in first initial 5, 2 plus now the additional 5. Total 7 seconds is 20 plus 40, 60 seconds. Otherwise, if you want to apply it for only 40 seconds, you are not knowing what is its initial velocity, you are not knowing either the acceleration. That is why we have to consider it from the beginning only, so that here also u and v will be unknown to you, u and a will be unknown to you. Yes, as the body covers 40 meter in next 5 seconds, the total distance traveled is equal to 2 plus 5 second. In 2 plus 5, that is 7 seconds. Distance traveled is 60. 20 plus 40 is equal to 60 meter. Therefore, when t is 7 seconds, s is equal to 60 meter. Again, substitute this in the equation of s is equal to ut plus half at square. S is 60, u into t is 7 seconds plus half a into t square is 7 square. Right? Now, solving equation 1 and 2. Solving equation 1 and 2, we will get the acceleration as, we are getting the value of acceleration as a negative. What it indicates? Yes, he is moving with a deceleration or retardation, as it is clear from the problem also. Is it alright? Is moving with an acceleration is equal to minus 0.571 meter per second square. As a is negative, it is a deceleration. Acceleration is negative, it is the deceleration. From the equation 1, as equation 1 is u is equal 10 is equal to u plus a. So a itself is minus 0.571. Therefore, u is equal to 10.571 meter per second. Right. Now he is asking what is the distance covered by the particle before coming to the rest. Now you are knowing the u and a. You can use any equation. Better to use it from the beginning only. So let t be the time taken by the particle. As the body is moving with uniform deceleration throughout the journey. Its initial velocity is this one and deceleration is this one. He is asking what is the distance travelled by the particle before it comes to the rest. Before it comes to rest means what is the final velocity of the particle? Final velocity of the particle v equal to 0. U is known to us, v is known to us, a is known to us. Only is asking you to get the value of s. Yes. V square minus u square is equal to 2as. Therefore, 0 square is equal to minus 10.571 square. 2 into a is minus 0.571 into s is 97.85 meter. Hence, I get the distance travelled by the particle as 97.85 meter. Distance travelled by the particle as 97.85 meter. Yes, one more question from the VTU, that is from January 2019. What is asking is, two cars P and Q accelerate from the standing start in the sense from the rest they will start to accelerate. Its initial velocity is 0, acceleration is coming. Acceleration is there means what are the equations of motion? V is equal to u plus at, s is equal to ut plus half at square, and v square minus u square is equal to 2as. The acceleration of P is 1.3 meter per second square and that of the Q is 1.6 meter. Acceleration of P is 1.3 meter per second square and that of the Q is 1.6 meter per second square. If Q was originally 6 meter behind P, how long it takes to overtake the P? Yes, consider the motion of P. Yes, the acceleration of P he has given it as 1.3 meter per second square. Yes, it has started from rest, means its initial velocity is equal to 0. Initial velocity U suffix P I have used here. Is it alright? Motion of Q. Acceleration of the Q, AQ, is equal to 1.6 meter per second square. Initial velocity of Q is equal to 0. And he has given one more statement that Q was originally 6 meter behind P. So when Q will overtake the P, when distance travelled by him is equal to 6 meter, distance travelled by P plus 6 meter. Are you getting? As Q was 6 meter behind P, means to overtake the P, he has to travel extra additional distance of 6 meter. Is it alright? So if I take if S is the distance travelled by P, then the distance travelled by the Q to overtake him must be S plus 6 meter. Now you calculate the value of S, the distance travelled by P, is use the motion conditions of the P. Its initial velocity is 0 and half AP into T square. So UP is 0 plus half AP is 1.3 into T square. Call it as equation 1. I got the S of P. Now you calculate the S of Q. S of Q is equal to S plus 6. That is equal to 0 plus half S acceleration of Q multiplied by T square. It's alright. So you call this as equation 1, you call it as the equation 2. Substitute the value of S from equation 1 in equation 2, only unknown is T. You can get the time when he overtakes the P. Yes. Substituting the S from equation 1. Substituting the value of S from equation 1 into equation 2, you will get S half into S 1.3 T square plus 6 is equal to S half into 1.6 T square. Solving for, we will get the value of T is equal to 6.32 second. What it indicates is after 6.32 second, the Q will overtake the P. As it's quite natural. Both are starting from the rest only, but acceleration of the Q is more. Acceleration of the Q is more. Therefore, he overtakes the P. One more problem. Again, it is from the PTU exam. On a straight road, a smuggler car passes a police station with uniform velocity of 10 meters per second. After 10 seconds, a police van follows in pursuit with the uniform acceleration of 1 meter per second. Find the time necessary for the police van to catch up the smuggler car. Is it alright? The police staff was sitting in the police station. They observed that a smuggler car is moving with uniform velocity of, just here he is saying uniform velocity. A velocity is uniform, means the acceleration is 0. It is moving with a constant velocity. Therefore, what is the distance travelled by the smuggler car? That is equal to S speed into velocity into time, as A equal to 0. Is it alright? smuggler car motion parameters are t equal to 0, the velocity is equal to 10 meters per second and acceleration is equal to 0. Now the policeman starts at t equal to 10 seconds. Therefore, what is the journey time? If t is the journey time of the smuggler car, journey time for the police station is t minus 10. Or if t is the journey time of the police van, journey time for the smuggler car is t plus 10. Anything you can adopt. Is it alright? If t, you are taking the time when the smuggler time of journey for the smuggler car before police catches it, means the police has to take a time is equal to t minus 10 seconds. Or if you are taking, if you are referring to the policeman time taken by the policeman to catch the smuggler car, that time, the time taken by the policeman must be journey time for the smuggler car must be t plus 10. It is 10 seconds ahead of the policeman. Is it alright? If the policeman takes t second to catch the smuggler car, the time of travel for the smuggler car must be t plus 10. You can take anything. If you take this as the t, this will become t minus 10. But that time, the answer you need to, as he has asked the time taken by the policeman only, that only we are taking it as the t. Therefore, the smuggler car will take a journey time for the smuggler car is t plus 10 seconds. Now the distance travelled by the police van in t second is equal to distance travelled by the smuggler car in t plus 10. Then only the police van will overtake the smuggler car, right? So go for the distance travelled by the police van in t second is equal to police van is moving, it is moving with an acceleration, means that time we need to use the equation of motion with uniform acceleration, that is equal to s equal to ut plus half at square, like that. So ut plus half at square, it is the police van's motion parameter. It is moving with uniform initial velocity equal to 0. Is it alright? And acceleration of 1 meter per second square. 1 meter per second. And as per the smuggler car is considered, it is moving with a uniform velocity, means the acceleration will not come into picture. A is 0 means this term will become equal to 0. U is equal to U into t plus 10. U is given as 10 into t plus 10. Therefore, half t square is equal to 10t plus 100. Solving for it, we will get the value of t is equal to 27.32 seconds. Yes, we shall go for one more problem. Yes. A smuggler car starts at an acceleration of 2 meters per second square. A police vigilant party came after 10 seconds and continued to chase the smuggler car with uniform velocity of 20 meters per second. Find the time taken to which the police van will overtake the car. The problem is almost same as the previous problem. Is it alright? Yes, what he is given is a smuggler car starts at an acceleration of 2 meters per second. This time the smuggler car is moving with the acceleration of the smuggler car he has given. It is equal to 2 meters per second square. Police vigilant party came after 5 seconds. Means what is the journey time for the police vigilant party? It is equal to t plus 5. If you take, yes, uniform velocity of the police vehicle is moving with uniform velocity, initial velocity is constant for it, is equal to 20 meter per second. If that is the case, he is asking, so what is the condition of motion for the smuggler car? It is of uniform acceleration. And what is the condition of motion for the uniform acceleration? Means I need to calculate s is equal to ut plus half at square. And for the police van, it is moving with a constant velocity. That time s is equal to ut, a is equal to 0. Is it all right? Motion parameters for the smuggler car are u is equal to 0. He has not given, means is equal to 0. It starts, he says, means u is equal to 0. And police van is moving with 20 meter per second. Therefore, a for police van is equal to 0. Let t be the time. T be the time taken by police van to overtake smuggler car. If t is the time taken by the police van, what is the time of journey for the smuggler car? Time of journey for smuggler car is equal to, it has started 5 minutes earlier. Therefore, its time of journey for smuggler car is t plus 5 seconds. Is it alright? With these parameters, you calculate the distance traveled by both the vehicles. Yes, the distance traveled by the smuggler car, SS, is equal to ut plus half at square. Smuggler car is moving with uniform acceleration, but u is equal to 0. 0 plus half a is equal to, for smuggler car, 2 meter per second square into time is t plus 5 square. And for police van, what is the distance traveled? Distance traveled by the police van is given by SP is equal to 20 into t, u into t only. Both the distances, when they are equal, then only they will overtake. Is it alright? Therefore, for overtaking condition, SP, distance traveled by the police van must be equal to the distance traveled by the smuggler car. Yes, just simplify it. SP is nothing but 20t is equal to half into 2 into t plus 5 whole square. From that, you will get the value of t is equal to 5 seconds. T is equal to 5 seconds. So friends, with that we shall go for the numericals on. You have to practice lot of numericals on motion. We shall go for the motion under the gravity in the next class. Thank you friends.